everybody! How are y'all doing on this fine Thursday evening? I am coming to you live with a cute little, hopefully quick project. I try to make my projects quick so that I'm not keeping everybody too long from their families and from obligations and things like that. I am just going to log into my iPad real quick and get on here. That way I am not missing any comments if anybody happens to have the time to check out my live tonight. Hello, Jessica. So bear with me for 1 second while I just log in here real quick. I know that typically Grateful, I guess, is more of a, I don't know, kind of like a Thanksgiving-y kind of theme, but I was thinking I kind of like it for like, you know, like a household, just for every day to have in your house. And I thought that I would attach this cute little, sorry, I just put my thing in the way there. This cute little jar here, let me move it over so you can see, that I distressed in white chalk paint and just put some cute flowers in, and I thought that that would look really cute. Currently I am pretty obsessed with the dark walnut stain, as you guys probably know, because I've done a few projects with it now. I know, same here, Jess. I am, like I was just saying, I am so obsessed with this stain right now. I just love it. I actually have a couple pieces ready to go for our all-day crafty time on Saturday. Can't wait for that. So I'm trying to get some boards prepped for that. But in the meanwhile, I thought, let me just come in tonight and do this really quick project. I'm trying to kind of go with some themes tonight that, or lately I should say, that are more like kind of home-related items that I just kind of have been in the mood for lately. So we're going to go ahead and just dive right in. So I have my Grateful that I've used quite a few times, as you can tell. I labeled it with back, as we always do. Now I am going to try to pull my carrier sheet from my transfer, and we do that so that hopefully the transfer will not stick to itself, because the transfer is sticky. As you can see, my hands are stuck to it. When we have a brand new transfer, we want to make sure that we fuzz it up. And when I say fuzz it up, all that I really mean is just taking a towel, and you can simply put your towel across it, and it picks up the lint from your towel and puts that onto the back of your transfer, and it just makes it just a tad less stickier. So that's usually the first things that we do when we get a brand new transfer. We label the back and we fuzz it, and then we are ready to use it. So I am going to just kind of put this over here, sort of centered. I never measure, I just kind of eyeball things with most of my projects, as you guys know. So I'm just going to put that on my wood piece that, like the description says, is stained in the lovely, lovely dark walnut. So I'm just going to put that down. I'm making sure I'm not feeling any bubbles in my silk screen area, and I do not feel any, so I think we are good. Sorry, that's probably a little loud on the video. And we take our chalk paste. I always give it a quick stir, and I just use these little makeup spatulas. So we just give it a good stir, and we are looking for the consistency of yogurt, which I think all of our new chalk pastes that have been reformulated are probably all that you can purchase right now. So you probably won't have noticed that our older chalk paste, you really did kind of have to stir pretty much between every project, but now with our new reformulated version, you really don't need to do that. However, I just like to give it a quick stir just to check the consistency before I start my project, just to make sure. Because if your chalk paste does dry out a little bit, it's not going to go on as nicely over your silk screen areas. And if it is getting a little bit on the chunky or not like that yogurt consistency that you're looking for, you can always just add a little bit of water and stir it up again, and to get you to that consistency that you really want to have for doing your projects. So I'm just putting a bunch on my squeegee and literally just going over the silkscreen area. I know commonly asked question when working with wood. Yes, I do prefer to, once I stain the wood, I actually do like to put a nice coat of wax on top of the wood. I just use Min Wax that I got from Home Depot for two reasons. One, I think it makes the board feel so much smoother and it's so much nicer to work with. And two, in case I decide later that I want to change out my design, the chalk paste, goodness gracious, I'll get that out yet. The chalk paste comes off of the wood when you stain it. So that's pretty much the reasons that I like to stain the wood. Do you have to? I don't think you really necessarily have to. I just prefer to take that extra step. So we are just going right on down the line here. I am trying to work a little bit quickly because the chalk paste does go on wet but dries quickly, and you do not want the chalk paste to dry on your transfer, because when you pull the transfer away from your surface area, it'll take the chalk paste right up with it. So we do kind of work a little bit quickly here. Just going over it a final time, making sure that I don't have any lines, and I think everything looks pretty good. And every ounce of excess that I have, I always put right back into my jar. And then my final step is to come back in with the stir, and I just kind of try to scoop that away from the edges and put that right back down here. I'm trying to learn to be a little bit neater because I am a world-class sloppy crafter. So I'm trying to learn to get a little bit better with that. So that's just an extra step I take. And what I'm doing is I'm just peeling back slowly. This way, if I see any area that I'm not happy with, I can just lay it right back down and go over it again. I am seeing a little bit, this transfer has been used a lot, as I mentioned earlier. I am seeing a little bit of, it looks distressed to me, and I like that. I am perfectly okay with that. But if I wasn't, like I said, I could just lay this right back down and apply a little bit more white just to get more in the grain of the wood. But I like that look. I love the distressed look. So for me, this is actually perfect. So you can see that came out pretty good. I'm really, really happy with the way that looks. I'm just sitting my transfer because I actually forgot to bring a pan of water in here with me, which that's unusual. I never do that. But at any rate, I can take that into my sink and actually clean that off in a little bit. I do have a tiny little goof right here where it bled just a little bit in these spots. But again, I did put the wax down, so I shouldn't have any problem getting that off. So I have two options for that. I'm just reaching over here to get to my utensil over here. There's two options for that. One is you can let it dry, and then you can just take your nail and chip away at that little bit of excess. Two is I can get a Q-tip and I can put it in a little bit of water and then just get rid of those little pieces that I just went off a little bit on my transfer, just to clean it up a little bit. But otherwise, that is the project. All that I need to do now is come in and mount my my jar to it, and I think that that's going to make an awesome, awesome home decor piece. So easy, so fast, and so simple, and it's beautiful. And I honestly didn't spend anywhere near what I would have spent on this to purchase it that someone else created, and purchase it at a store. This way, I made it myself. I can hang it in my house knowing that I take pride in this because I made it, I love it, and if I wanted to, I could give it as a gift. So that's another bonus. So that was my super quick video tonight. I hope you guys all enjoyed, and I'm hoping that I'm still not having the black lines on the side of the screen. Someone had mentioned that to me earlier. I'm hoping that that's not happening any longer, but if it is, if you want to comment when you're watching the video on replay and you're noticing those black lines like the windows or curtains, let me know, and I'll see if I can have the my amazing sister-in-law help me figure that out over the weekend when we're crafting together. Thanks, Jess, for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Have a good night. Bye.